Yes, people, what's happening? Welcome back to the channel and welcome to another live stream and your daily Chelsea news update. As always, guys, there's plenty to dive into. Chelsea have agreed a deal with Leicester City for Kiernan Dewsbury-Hall, £30 million for the 25-year-old who has reportedly already completed the first part of his medical. So you'd imagine that over the next couple of days, that deal will be made official and Dewsbury-Hall will become Chelsea's third or fourth summer signing, depending on when we unveil Mark Guihu from Barcelona. So the Dewsbury-Hall deal is done. It will involve Michael Golding, the young 18-year-old academy talent, going in the opposite direction, a separate transaction, only £5 million for him. But yeah, I'm not really sure if we could have really expected that much more for him, to be perfectly honest. We are also got the latest on Lewis Hall has completed his move to Newcastle. Permanent transfer confirmed by Chelsea today. Amari Hutchinson's also completed his permanent move to Ipswich. Chelsea have launched their new training kit for next season. Still no sign of the playing shirts, but the new training kit has been launched. There's also a breakdown into the speculation about Alexander Isak and how Chelsea did test Newcastle's desperation by offering players in return. But Newcastle, unfortunately, found an alternative through selling Elliot Anderson and Yankuba Minter, which is unfortunate. The Calafiori situation, Chelsea is still following that. Let's wait and see what happens on that front. And there has also been reports suggesting that Chelsea have internally discussed Mathys Tel, the Bayern Munich striker, 19 years of age, a talented boy, has done well at Bayern so far in the limited opportunity he's had. Obviously, he's playing second fiddle to Harry Kane. There's only so much you can do on that front. But yeah, we've got the latest on that as well. So let's say hello to a few people, guys. 60 in the building already. Make sure you smash that like button. Make sure you subscribe to the channel if you are new around here as well. Yeah, let's run it up. 67 locked in, 21 likes. Let's get this up and over 50 likes as quickly as possible, guys. Let's say hello to a few of you lot, and then we will dive into proceedings. England game was dreadful. Can't believe Palmer and Gordon didn't start. Yeah, England game was absolutely terrible yesterday. We got away with one bailed out by Bellingham's individual brilliance. But yeah, we were seconds away from an absolute disaster. And yeah, we can't continue playing the way we are. You know, you're not going to get away with it every tournament. You're not going to get away with it every game in the tournament. You know, it very much reminds me of Man United in the league last season, you know, playing terribly, but being bailed out by moments of individual brilliance. And it's exactly the same with England at this tournament. I suspect whether it's the next round or the semi-finals, or even if we make the final, you cannot win a tournament and get this level of luck in every single game. It's just not going to happen. Yeah, it's a shame. He's a top talent, but it's going to Spurs, not ideal. What do you think of the new training kit? Yeah, I like it. I like it. We're going to dive into that later on. Palmer and Eze were good last night when they came on. Yeah, I mean, maybe more than Eze, but Cole Palmer has to be starting for England next game. But Southgate is literally 4 games who've been crap, and he's picked the same 10 players. The only change he's made is one change for who plays alongside Declan Rice. Doesn't seem to be learning his lessons whatsoever. Yes, big up, brother. Hope you're well. Yes, big up, big up. I hope we sign a player that warrants big wages but can't see it. No, we'll have to wait and see. Yeah, training kit's looking good. I agree on that front. Yes, big up, brother. Hope you're well. Caicedo getting 2 man of the match. Rosen. What a player, by the way. Absolutely ridiculous levels from him. 2 man of the matches out of 3 games back to back, matching what N'Golo Kante did, back to back man of the matches in the Euros, and obviously he has now gone back to back man of the match at the Copa America, and that sets up Ecuador a quarter-final against Argentina. So it'll be Enzo Fernandez going up against Moises Caicedo, and of course future Chelsea star Kendry Páez. So, yeah, exciting times on Friday. KDH signing. Now you can let us sign Gallagher. Brother, I'm not sure if you man can afford Gallagher after signing Archie Gray. I'm sure you'll go for more than one midfielder, of course. But yeah, I'm not sure if that means that you've got the funds available to sign Gallagher now, or what it is. I don't think Gallagher would even be open to a move to Tottenham, but let's wait and see. Yes, big up, bro. No top clubs are taking Southgate. I can promise you that now. But let's dive into the Kiernan Dewsbury-Hall stuff then. Obviously, we discussed it at length yesterday. My prediction was we'd get an announcement either later on yesterday or today. It came sort of about less than an hour after we wrapped up the show yesterday. Not that is the wrong one. But yeah, David Ornstein confirming that Chelsea had agreed a deal worth £30 million for Dewsbury-Hall. It was on a long-term contract, seen as a perfect fit for the style of play Chelsea wants to play. Now you'd expect, £30 million. What I must say is, right, £30 million, guys, is a brilliant deal. Considering he's a decent player, considering the market, considering he's probably Leicester's best player, and you see the sort of fees that are doing the rounds at the moment. It's a very good fee. It's in line with offers with other offers that Leicester receives. So we haven't paid any more than the going rate. We haven't paid any more than what anyone else offered for him. So Brighton's offer must have been £30 million, or of course maybe it was a bit less, but they obviously involved other players in the deal. Jakub Moder was a midfield player that was going to be involved in the deal. So yeah, I think the fee is exceptional, really. So also saying the fee for the 25-year-old expected to be £30 million. Midfielder is scheduled to complete a medical on Sunday. That was yesterday, and personal terms in place on a 6-year deal. He's regarded as an ideal fit for the style of football Chelsea wants to play under Enzo Maresca. So yeah, he's thought to have declined the chance to join Brighton. Leicester contract was due to run until 2027. He started 41 of Leicester's 46 league games under Maresca last season, 12 goals, 14 assists. He'd been at Leicester since the age of 8, and he made his first team debut in 2020. Now, obviously, the question then goes to Dewsbury-Hall just completed his medical, has he? Let's have a quick look. Let's have a quick look at that. Has he completed? Well, he completed the first part of his medical, yeah. I'm sure the full medical will be completed today, or could already be completed right now. I'm sure that's already the case. But what we'll see now, and what we'll turn to now, is where he kind of fits in. And there's an interesting report from the Telegraph suggesting that, as we were discussing yesterday, guys, that Dewsbury-Hall is perhaps a profile of player that Chelsea don't necessarily have in the midfield, despite having an awful lot of options. Kiernan Dewsbury-Hall is seen as a different and more attacking option than Chelsea's other central midfielders who are likely to challenge for first team places, such as Caicedo, Fernandes, Lavia, and Gallagher, if the latter stays. Let's just bring this article up and see what's being said. It is true, though, that he is a slightly different profile. I'm still not entirely convinced how often he's going to play. If I'm being perfectly honest, I'm still not fully sold on how often I think this guy's going to play. Guys, 120 in the building, only 31 likes. Come on, people. Let's keep smashing that like button. Run this up. Should be over 50 by now. Should be well on the way to 100, guys. So keep smashing that like button. Let's get this off to a good start to the week. So run it up, guys. Plenty of you in here that haven't smashed that like button. It really helps boost the stream in the algorithm, gets more eyes on the channel. So yeah, guys, you could smash that like button. It would really, really help me out. So let's get it done. No, we're not going to be riddled in massive amounts of debt. I wouldn't worry about that too much. Hope we can make. I'd be shocked if we did worse than last season. I'm not saying we're likely to do any better, but I'd be shocked if we did any worse. I really would be. Keep in mind, we sold an academy player because of this, so it's more like £26 million, which is a good gamble. Yeah, I suppose so. Yeah, I mean, separate transactions, but 5 million. Yeah, it's about 25, £26 million, which, yeah, do you know what? I would say it's worth the investment. And I would argue that even if it didn't work out, there is probably still some level of resale value there. I'd like to think that in 2 or 3 years, at 28, 29, you'd be like you wouldn't be making a loss on him. You wouldn't be making a loss on Dewsbury-Hall in 2 or 3 years' time at that price. I wouldn't have thought. So let's see what this Telegraph article is saying in terms of the profile of midfielder that Chelsea think they're getting. It is different, sure. You know, it's a goal threat. He's obviously very different to an Enzo Fernandez, a Moises Caicedo, and a Romeo Lavia. He's probably most similar to Conor Gallagher, but again, he's a lot technically better. Yes, he perhaps doesn't have the energy and the pressing capabilities that Gallagher brings to the team, but he's a lot more technical. He's got a much better eye for goal. He's a lot more creative. Look, as much as I don't think we need him, there is a strong argument to be made that he is a profile of midfield player that isn't in the squad. So, I mean, what they say, the fact that Dewsbury-Hall is left-footed is attractive to Chelsea, as their other central midfielders are right-footed, and he is a player who fits Maresca's system. So I think more than anything, forget the left-footed business. I think it's the fact that he fits the system and he knows the manager. But I think those two things are far more important than anything else in my opinion, you know. And I've said it many times before on the show, guys. We need to start signing players. They might not be the biggest names. They might not be the best players available. But I tell you what, it's going to be far more beneficial for us to have players that fit the system and play how we want to play, rather than signing players who don't really fit the system. Yes, they might be better, but it's going to be difficult to get them to adapt to the team. I think Dewsbury-Hall is a smart signing. Again, I don't think it's needed. I think it's a smart signing. I can understand why we've gone for it. It makes sense on a number of levels. And I suspect that he will play a lot more often than a lot of people expect. I'm not saying he's going to go straight into that starting 11, but I absolutely do believe that he will have a part to play, and he could well work his way into the first team. Now, left-footed midfield player, how important is that? You could argue. I'm not really sure. I think it's more important that he obviously is different to the other midfield players. And he knows Maresca's system. He knows Maresca. Dewsbury-Hall is seen as a different and more attacking option than the other midfield players who are likely to challenge for first team places. So, I mean, guys, who do we think? Guys, I want to know from you lot in the chat. Who do you think will be Chelsea's first choice midfield three next season, providing Maresca goes with a 4-3-3? Because, of course, I mean, look, I'm not saying I don't know if Dewsbury-Hall can play in a pivot or not. I would imagine that I'm sure he can play in a pivot. So, look, I would expect it to be. I'm not sure if he'll start straight away. I'm expecting the midfield to be obviously Enzo Fernandez and Moises Caicedo, plus either Dewsbury-Hall, Lavia, maybe Cole Palmer plays in an attacking eight. I think we know that 2/3 of the midfield is already locked in. It's just who's going to take that last spot, and it's an attacking number 8 slot. So I would imagine, for me personally, it will be, if Gallagher stays, it will be between Dewsbury-Hall, Gallagher, and maybe Cole Palmer will play in that could play in that left side attacking 8 role for sure. So let's wait and see. I don't think Dewsbury-Hall is a number 10. I see a lot of people that say he's similar to James Maddison. I'm not sure he is similar to James Maddison. I don't think he's quite as technically good. I don't think he's quite as gifted as someone like James Maddison. I don't think he's an out-and-out number 10. He is much more of a he's much more of an attacking 8, I would say, rather than a 10 like a James Maddison. So let's wait and see. But I'm intrigued because I do see it as I do think Dewsbury-Hall could easily work his way into the first team at Chelsea. I think he's absolutely been signed to play. No doubt about it in my mind. Dewsbury-Hall has been signed to play. He wouldn't have joined just to be playing a bit part role. I think he'll see plenty of minutes with the amount of games we're expecting. We're also seeing, Conference League, domestic cups, the Club World Cup next summer, which is in a new format, expanded format. The season's going on a lot later. We are going to need a number of players, guys. A number of players. So I think he'll get minutes. I don't know what it means for the likes of Andre Santos, and I know he's a different profile, but in terms of it's just another midfielder in the team, I don't know what it means for the likes of Andre Santos. I suspect that probably confirms that Santos and Ugachukwu will probably almost certainly leave on loan in my book. Santos could stay if Gallagher goes. And I think Cassidy will be sold as well. I think two out of Santos, Ugachukwu and Cassidy, whether it's permanent or loan, I'd be surprised if any of those three are at the club next season. The only one I think there's a chance is Santos, but I think that's on a proviso that Conor Gallagher does leave. That would be my thoughts on it. But yeah, look, as I've said before, guys, Dewsbury-Hall, whether you like the signing or not, whether you think it's necessary or not, there is absolutely a fair point to be made that he is a different profile to what we currently have within the squad. So could it be useful? I don't know. It's interesting. I mean, whether you believe it or not, it could just be a briefing the club are putting out. We don't know. What comes out is what the club want you to hear. But this is apparently driven by the recruitment team at the end of the day. Obviously it's been approved by Maresca, but it's been driven by the recruitment team. So Dewsbury-Hall must be someone that is has been on the radar previously. This is not just new interest because Maresca's suddenly rocked up and then we've done a last-minute hijack because, we want to take another one of Brighton's players. I don't think, that's been the case at all. But Enzo, I think having Enzo Maresca has definitely, moved the signing along, much more quickly. I think that much is absolutely fair to say. I think it's a great transfer. Looks like a player who can score and assist from midfield, which is what we need more of. If it fails, we will sell and unlikely to lose money. Yeah, I would agree on that. Smart signing, agreed. I suspect Enzo will be a DM for Maresca like it was with Leicester. He wants someone technical. Yeah, I agree. I think Caicedo will play the deepest. No, sorry, not Caicedo. Enzo Fernandez will play the deepest midfield role. Doesn't mean that he'll be, restricted to only playing there. But I suspect, that suits him best. It gets him on the ball the most. And you want Enzo Fernandez in an area of the pitch where he gets on the ball the most. That for me is how you're going to get the best out of him. If you sell Ugachukwu, why did you buy him? Yeah, it's a fair point. It is a fair point. I suspect Ugachukwu was bought as one of those, that's just going to might do a loan or two, and then he'll be flipped on for a profit because he's still going to be young enough to have that resale value. He's going to be one of those signings, like a lot of these signings are going to be guys that might play a few first team games here and there. Will kind of get lost, but they'll kind of be within the loan system, and then they'll look to be sold on for a profit. Well, look, I suspect Chelsea. I don't think it's BS that we've looked at him before. I think that is true. But yeah, there's no doubt about it that Maresca, whether it's been reported or not, that Maresca has had a substantial say in this. Casadei is a goner. Yeah, I think Casadei is gone. Lavia, Caicedo, KDH, midfield 3. Enzo Fernandez will 100% play. I'm sure of it. We might as well change our policy from under 25 to under 20 at this point. Well, to be fair, Dewsbury-Hall's 26 in a couple of weeks. Only issue in midfield is we still seem a bit physically lacking in terms of height and strength. Yeah, I get that. And I think that was a problem last season where we did get overrun in midfield in a number of games. We absolutely did. Enzo and Caicedo were overrun on a number of occasions. So yeah, I mean, look, we haven't exactly really added strength and height and whatnot, but I think with a better tactical setup, with less gaps between the midfield and the defence, I think that was, again, a huge reason as to why we were overrun in the midfield on so many occasions. I absolutely believe that was the case, guys. Loads of stuff coming in. I'll be gutted if Chukwuemeka gets sold off. Yeah, I will be as well. What else are we getting on here? Man, wish we had Nico Williams, perfect left wing for Enzo. Baller. Yeah, look, Nico Williams done very well, but the wages are ridiculous. You know, it's well over 200 grand a week. So yeah, look, it's unfortunate, but you know, it's the way it goes, guys. 177 in the building, only 60 likes. Come on, people, smash that like button. It's free. It takes seconds to do. And it really helps out. Let's get this up to 100 likes. There are plenty of people locked in right now. Nowhere near enough people have hit that like button. Make sure you smash the like button. Make sure you subscribe to the channel if you are new around here as well, guys. It would be greatly appreciated. 10,314. Let's get this to 10,320, guys. There's definitely 6 in here who aren't subscribed. So smash that subscribe button. Help me take the next little step towards 10.4K. Come on, people. Become part of the community. Become part of the channel. Join me on the journey. It's a great place to be, guys. So smash that subscribe button and smash that like button. We can't get too attached to any players. It's not good for our well-being. No one is safe. No, I think that's true. There are very few players that are safe. Gallagher's future, as has always been the case, will be decided after the Euros. Well, look, it's hard to bet against that, given how the two teams are playing so far. You know, I don't have any confidence that England win that game, but England, however crap they've been, are somehow finding a way to win games. We only signed unknown bargain basement players. Now, I want to say Dewsbury-Hall was unknown. Yes. Big up, bro. I'm sure. Yeah, there is interest from Italian clubs in Casadei, but we know what Italian clubs are like. They're not going to pay you the going rate. They'll try some low ball offers, or they'll try some ridiculous loan with an obligation to buy if some obscure criteria are possibly meant. But yeah, this is the situation, guys. Dewsbury-Hall signed. Chelsea view him as a different profile of midfield player to what's already there. What this quite means for Conor Gallagher's future, I don't know. I think it certainly pushes Casadei out. I think it certainly sends Ugo Chukwu on loan. And I think it also probably sends Andre Santos on loan again as well. That would be how I view it. But yeah, Kiernan Dewsbury-Hall will become Chelsea's 4th summer signing. We've already confirmed Tosin Adarabioyo. We've already confirmed Amari Kellyman. Mark Guihu should be confirmed officially very soon. I'd imagine this week. And then I expect Dewsbury-Hall and Guihu will be confirmed this week as well. So that will take our summer signings to 4. And you know what? If someone had said to me at the end of the season, Chelsea's first 4 summer signings would be Amari Kellyman, Tosin Adarabioyo, Kiernan Dewsbury-Hall, and Mark Guihu, I would have told them that, I don't know what I would have told them, but I would have told them that, yeah, they need to probably, lay off the hard stuff. Let's put it that way. Because yeah, it's not exactly sort of the level of signings that you would expect at Chelsea, but Chelsea are going in a different direction now. And whether we like it or not, we just got to support the team, get behind the team, and we just got to hope for the best. Somehow hope that this does work out for us. That's what we need. That's what we need to do. Well, look, the plan is obviously to integrate him in the first team squad, but I think with the signing of Dewsbury-Hall, maybe that changes things. Look, Santos could stay, but a loan has also not been fully ruled out either. A loan has absolutely not been ruled out, and it could make it could make sense. It could absolutely make sense. We need a striker. Who do you think we'll get? I honestly don't know. I really, really don't know. I think that the obvious choice for me is Jonathan David with the options available. But I really wouldn't be surprised if A, we didn't even end up with anyone else in the striker department, or B, it might be a name that has hardly been mentioned or was mentioned a while ago, has gone cold, and then suddenly we go back in for it. But look, for me, Jonathan David, out of the options available, makes the most sense and would be the move that I would make. But in terms of what Chelsea will do, I think it's anyone's guess right now. It could be David, sure, or again, for me, I think the options now are it's either no one, David, or it will be some sort of obscure signing that no one's really heard of and hasn't been mentioned within the media at all. That's my thoughts on it. I think we need 7 midfielders. We could play 75, 80 games this season. We could, but again, this is on the presumption that we make finals and stuff. There's no guarantee that we do make finals. As much as we all think we are definitely going to reach the Conference League final, that's not a given. There's no guarantees on that whatsoever. So, we could end up in a situation where we invest in the squad because we think we're going to have that many games, and then suddenly we might get to a situation where actually we don't have as many games as we think we're going to have because we haven't done what we thought we were going to do within the tournaments. That's the big thing for me. I saw people wanting Calafiori but not KDH, and it's the same reason we're locked in left centre back and left back so far. Yeah, I still don't understand the Calafiori links. I get it because he's a talented player, and Chelsea are reportedly looking for defenders, but there's no room in the inn. Even if Chalobah leaves, I still don't think we need another centre back. But if Calafiori comes, well, where's he playing? Does he go straight into the team? Even if you signed him as a left back, which left back is leaving? Because Cucurella shouldn't be going anywhere, and I don't think they're going to sell Ben Chilwell either. Plus, I don't actually think there's an awful lot of a market for the likes of Ben Chilwell, and certainly not at a price that Chelsea would potentially deem as acceptable. I think we'll keep 6 midfielders: Enzo, Caicedo, Lavia, Carney, KDH, and Santos. Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't be against that. Wouldn't be against that at all. I liked last summer's window, and we were underwhelming last season. I don't like this one so much. Maybe next season will be better. What I would say is, though, there's still plenty of time to go in the window. There's still 2 months of the window left. Closes end of August, doesn't it? So there's still loads and loads of time left. But as things stand now, it's hard to feel that the window has not been massively underwhelming, because I think it has. But maybe this is a sign of the times. Maybe this is what we need to get used to as Chelsea fans, is that we aren't going to be signing the sort of players that we've been accustomed to in the past. And maybe we have to get used to that. There is nothing for fans in this model. It will only make profits for the owners. I've watched enough games to make predictions. PR can't say the owners forever. No, I agree on that front. We need to start delivering. We need to start winning. And that involves everyone. That starts from the top. So yeah, we do need to see what we're going to do, guys. We need to see exactly what's going to happen. We need some form of success next season. We need silverware. I don't care what that is. If it's a Carabao, if it's something shit like a conference, I don't care what it is. We need it. We need something. You can put out all the PR in the world, but ultimately, that's only going to go so far if you don't start winning anytime soon. Because fans are patient to a degree, and they need to see progress. It doesn't always have to be trophies. Of course we want that, but we need to see evidence and tangible progress that the club are heading in the right direction in order to achieve the level of success that we know the team can do there. So yeah, we're gonna. Yeah, I think so as well. I think once the Euros is done, Euros is wrapped up in 2 weeks. I mean, to be fair, as more and more teams get eliminated, I suspect that this week and probably this week, maybe start of next week as well, we will start to see transfer news begin to heat up for sure. I think we'll absolutely start to see transfer news heating up. Yeah, we will go from there on it. But that's the latest on Dewsbury-Hall, guys. Medical's all but done. He should be announced as a Chelsea midfielder this week, 3rd or 4th summer signing, depending on if he gets announced before Mark Guihu does. But yeah, let's see what happens on that one. I mean, look, Southgate, shocking, but yeah, obviously, yeah, death threats is never warranted for anyone, no matter what your feelings are towards a situation. But yeah, he is dreadful. He is awful. Top 4 minimum, if not a trophy. Yeah, look, at the end of the day, we have to get back into the Champions League next season. That is, for me, the most important thing. Yes, of course, trophies are great. And I'd rather have trophies in a top 4. But in terms of, from a fan perspective, but in terms for the club, for finances, for revenue, for players and whatnot, we have to get back into the top 4 next season. Cole, Eze, Tony should play. Well, they won't, but they should, yeah. Cucurella could get sold. Look, there's a chance, but Cucurella has been brilliant. He's been brilliant end of the season, brilliant at the Euros for Spain. And he's one of those guys that I think will suit Enzo Maresca's style down to a T. I wouldn't be getting rid of him. I wouldn't be getting rid of him at all. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. So yeah, we will see. We'll see on that front. But yeah, absolutely not. On what was I saying? On Cucurella. Shouldn't be sold at all. If you're going to upgrade in the left back area, you sell Chilwell and you roll with Calafiori and Cucurella. Those are the two that you should be moving with. Guys, 176 in the building. Big up to every single person that is locked in right now. We're only on 78 likes, though, people. Smash that like button. We need to be up over 100. This should be light work right now. Light work. So yeah, please do smash the like button, guys. Get it to 100. There's loads of you in here, guys. So there's no excuses for this target not to be hit. So please keep smashing it. Let's run this up, people. No, Xerxes. No, I wouldn't go for Xerxes. I think Xerxes is either going to join Man United or he will join AC Milan. That is the two places that he could potentially end up. Right, let's move away from Kiernan Dewsbury-Hall. Obviously, Newcastle, Chelsea have confirmed that Lewis Hall's completed his permanent move to Newcastle after last year's loan. He joins for £28 million. That's another £28 million in pure profit, which is fantastic. Exactly what we like to see. I'm not saying it's good. I think Lewis Hall absolutely had a role to play at Chelsea, but yeah, it's another £28 million, banked of pure profit. So we can't complain too much on that front. Let's cover off this Alexander Isak stuff and how close Chelsea actually got to pulling off what would have been a remarkable deal for him. With wild speculation about the size of Newcastle's shortfall being anywhere between 30 and 100 million, Chelsea tested their desperation by asking about Isak. They even offered players in return, but Newcastle scrambled to find an alternative. Let's have a quick look at this and see, if it mentions what players were returned. As we expected, guys. It was always going to be an opportunistic thing. But by all accounts, we obviously tried. We obviously went to reasonable lengths to potentially try and pull something off. What's it saying? In the end, Newcastle were fine. They sold Minter and Elliot Anderson. Yeah, fine. What else is it? Rival clubs tried to capitalise on perceived vulnerability, with Chelsea making inquiries about Isak. But Newcastle explored every alternative with Chelsea. Every alternative to keep the striker. Liverpool even had conversations over Gordon, despite Newcastle wanting to keep the winger. But there's fears internally that his head may have been turned. Chelsea tried to include, even offered players in the deal to Newcastle. So yeah, that's the situation on that we did obviously try to a reasonable length. We did offer players as part of the deal, but that was kind of it, people. That was kind of it. So let's wait and see. Read somewhere we're offering 3 players for Isak. No, we definitely. I mean, look, I don't know how many players were discussed, how many players were potentially on the table, but I think what is true is that we did try to test the waters. We did try to test how desperate Newcastle potentially were. We absolutely did try and do that, guys. There's no doubt about it. But if we're being brutally honest, like a deal was never likely to happen. It really wasn't, because Newcastle, we knew that Minter was going to go. They had other options that they could have got rid of. And yeah, it was just Chelsea being opportunistic, trying their luck, and obviously finding out that Newcastle perhaps weren't as desperate as, reports might have made out, or as they might have liked to have played off. But look, they obviously were in dire need to sell players, but it's not like they had no one to sell and they had to turn to flogging off some of their big stars. So yeah, that's kind of the reality on that one. So look, it was more us being opportunistic rather than actually thinking we could do something. We might as well sign David. Not silly money, and he's a decent goal scorer. Yeah, I agree. I know there's some people in the chat saying that we might go back in for Osimhen. Never say never in football, but I'd be highly surprised if we did go back in for Osimhen. I really would be. I mean, let's move on to that then very briefly, because it's been confirmed by Fabrizio that Napoli are obviously expecting Osimhen to leave. We know that. They're expecting him to leave. Let's just quickly find it now. Where are we? Yeah, that's long, isn't it? Where's this? Let me just find this now, people, because Napoli are obviously expecting Osimhen to leave. They're probably going to get a bit more news on it as we head into, this new month of July. PSR deadline behind us. Players can start being registered. Official window is now obviously open and whatnot. So we should start to see business begin to pick up. We absolutely should see that. Let's have a quick look at this. So, I don't know what other Premier League clubs might go in for Osimhen, but I would be really surprised, guys, if we found ourselves in a situation where Chelsea were going back in for him. Guys, over 200 people in the building. Keep smashing that like button. We're only on 97 likes, people. Get this up to 100 likes. People, we should be moving towards the 150. No doubt about it. We should be moving towards 150 likes. Keep smashing that like button. Keep subscribing to the channel if you're new around here. We are over 200 people in the building. Brilliant stuff, guys. Brilliant stuff. Run those likes up. Keep subscribing to the channel, guys. Maybe he does. I don't think Kane's fully fit. He's struggling with a back injury at Bayern last few games of the season. He's been, I know he scored yesterday, but he's been terrible. He's been honestly terrible this tournament. Really poor. Lukaku will go Napoli if Osimhen leaves. That's the only way that Romelu Lukaku is going to Napoli if Victor Osimhen does indeed move on. So we will wait and see what happens on that front. It was a gamble going into last season with the strikers we had. Same thing happening for next season. Well, yeah, it absolutely will be unless we add someone who is at least in some degree proven to some kind of level. Well, with Dewsbury-Hall, I won't be shocked if we sell Gallagher and buy Osimhen. I really don't think that's going to be the case. I can only see PSG bidding for Osimhen. Other than that, he's staying where he is. I agree on that front. Osimhen's not a £100 million striker. Not for me. If it was an 85 million pounds, I think that would be a lot more reasonable. And yeah, I would be a lot more open to taking that kind of a deal. But Fabrizio's stating that Victor Osimhen's plan is still to leave Napoli this summer, as movement's expected soon. After a quiet June, Napoli expect proposals to arrive for Osimhen as he could be on the move. The release clause is around 120 million euros, which is very high. Very high. It's about 112, 113 million pounds. Preference is for the Premier League, but story still open. If Chelsea weren't prepared to spend that amount of money on Alexander Isak, I don't think they're going to be prepared to spend that amount of money on Victor Osimhen. They've made it very clear that they don't want Osimhen. There's concerns over the cost. There's concerns over the style of play, and obviously injuries as well. If you believe everything that has been reported. Look, Premier League, Man City aren't going to sign him. United won't sign him. To be honest, Premier League, it was Chelsea and Arsenal. I only see right now for Osimhen, if he's going to go to the Premier League, I only see Arsenal as a realistic destination. And I don't know if they've got that level of funds to pull together to get a deal done. I'm not sure if they've got those funds themselves either. So yeah, it's going to be an interesting one. It really is to see what happens and to see what he does. But right now, my guess would be PSG or Saudi, and I'd probably say out of those two, it would be PSG. But for me, I think PSG and Saudi are the only ones you can say with any certainty that would put that money on the table, or anywhere close to that amount of money on the table. That would be my thoughts. That would be my thoughts on the situation. So, but look, we don't know. We don't know. That's the reality. Swap Lukaku for Tammy. I mean, that's not going to happen. I mean, look, these swap deals, everyone talks about them. They all sound great in theory. But the reality here, guys, is that they very rarely happen. And Tammy Abraham isn't someone that I think Chelsea are at all interested in signing. That's the truth. That's the reality of the situation. So, there isn't really right now much of a situation to update in regards to a striker. There really isn't. There really isn't an awful lot to be saying. You know, people that think we're going to go back in for Osimhen, I admire the sort of the brave thinking, as it were. But I've got to be honest. I'd be amazed if that happened. Of course, it can't be ruled out. This is the man we need. Looks like Ligt could be going to United. Look, Ligt for me is a strange one. Was fantastic at Ajax, brilliant prospect, but everywhere he's been since, he was average at Juventus. He's been average at Bayern. There's a reason. I know he's still only 24, and there's plenty of room for improvement and whatnot, but there must be a reason why these big clubs are more than happy to move him on. Why is that? You know, I don't necessarily think that he's fulfilled his potential so far in his career. I don't think it's as big a signing as what you're making out here. De Ligt is obviously a good player, but he's not really kicked on at all since the Ajax days. He really hasn't. No, but look, of course you do. But you've also got to understand that football is a short career span, and you want like these guys want to make as much money as they possibly can. So if he does go to Saudi and secures the bag, yeah, it'll be disappointing not to see him playing at a top level, of course. But it's their choice at the end of the day. I don't really know the answer to that question. I'm sure Conte would want Sterling, Lukaku, Casadei. I don't think that's going to happen. No news. Chelsea have held conversations with David over a potential move, but it's not moved forward anywhere. It's not moved forward anywhere at all. Tammy Abraham is not better than Jackson. Yeah, no, I agree on that front. Openda has been someone that's been spoken about, but again, I think there's a £70 million release clause that becomes active in his contract next summer, and I don't see Chelsea. I don't see Chelsea making a move for him. I really don't see that whatsoever. I absolutely don't. So yeah, I'd be shocked if that were to materialize. So yeah, same with De Jong at Barcelona. Yeah, to a degree, I would say so. Although De Jong, I think's done a lot more than that Ligt has since leaving Ajax. I would absolutely agree on that front. So let's move away from that. What we got here? Any first team outgoing news? Nope. Sterling's not leaving. Sterling, Mudryk, Madueke, Enzo, Chilwell. None of those guys will be leaving. Goalkeepers, there's no news on anyone leaving in goal. I think the plan is to assess, obviously, Robert Sanchez in pre-season, see how he adapts to Maresca's style of play, and then I think a decision will be taken from there. Chalobah and Gallagher, as you were, nothing new on that front. Broja is attracting interest from clubs, but as of yet, Chelsea haven't received any bids or anything concrete, any concrete proposals from any clubs right now. But I think Chelsea value Broja at around £35 million, and yeah, they're obviously looking for a permanent sale. I think they don't want to do a loan, but I think a loan with an obligation would obviously prove acceptable. Thiago Silva is going to be hugely missed this season. I think maybe off the pitch rather than on it. Of course, I think he'll be missed on it to a degree, but I think he'll be missed off the pitch more than on it. I would say. Any news on AC Milan and Carney? No, nothing. I mean, the only place that was being reported was Damasio in Italy. No other outlets or no other journalists or anything were picking that up. So make of that what you will. I mean, look, they could be right and everyone else hasn't got that information, and they could be wrong. But yeah, Chelsea are very happy with Chukwuemeka, as Fabrizio has reported, and there's no thoughts on on any of it. No thoughts on any of it at all. So yeah, let's see. Let's see on that front, guys. Let's absolutely see on that front. But yeah, it's not looking like that at all. Right. What else are we? I mean, yeah, I'm not seeing Chelsea getting any, massive proposals for Chukwuemeka this summer. I'd be surprised if that was the case. Guys, 107 in the building. We're on 115 likes. Let's get this up to 150 likes, guys. Keep smashing that subscribe button. It's free. Takes seconds to do. Please do run it up, people. Would be greatly appreciated, guys. Smash that like button. Keep subscribing to the channel as well if you're new around here. Let's take another step closer to 10.3K. We're on 10,320. Let's get this to 10,330, guys. Let's smash another 10 subscribers. You lot know what to do. Join the channel, join the community, join me on the journey. It's the best place to be for all your Chelsea news, guests, all sorts going on over the summer. And then, of course, match vlogs from up and down the country in the new season. So make sure you are smashing that subscribe button and running these likes up. Let's get this to 150 likes minimum, people. Come on. Let's do this Mathys Tel stuff then, because that's also something that has been doing the rounds. I say doing the rounds. Is about latest fresh Chelsea interest in flexible Bayern Munich attacker Mathys Tel heats up this weekend. Again, there have been a few reports suggesting that Chelsea have internally discussed Tel, but again, he's on a long-term contract at Bayern Munich. They think very highly of him. Yes, minutes are going to be limited to a certain degree because Harry Kane is there. But he's he's highly regarded. He's had a good goal scoring record at Bayern under Thomas Tuchel. In terms of his goals to minute ratio, really not bad at all. Promising. Would definitely, he's got that top league European experience. He's got that Champions League experience as well. He's a physical kind of profile of striker. It's kind of what Chelsea would be looking for. It does fit the mold of what Chelsea are looking to do. So yeah, look, I wouldn't be against it. No, I don't think he is. Tel for me is a lot more of a striker. I think he's a lot more of a striker than he is like Cole Palmer. I absolutely think Tel is more of an out-and-out forward. Yes, he's kind of a flexible attacker, but I would say he's absolutely more of an out-and-out forward. But I think, whether Chelsea are going to make a move for Tel, only time will tell. Pardon the pun there. Really cheap, shitty joke, that one. But, you know what it is. So yeah, that's the reality of the situation, guys. Let's see what happens with it. But Tel obviously is another forward that's been internally discussed. It looks like it's that same age range. It's that kind of physical profile. Look, I think there's a lot to like with Mathys Tel. He's still raw. He's still unpolished. Is he better than Nicholas Jackson right now? I don't know the answer to that question. I think Jackson's obviously played a lot more kind of senior football. So let's see how it pans out. If we sign Calafiori-Rolls, they will absolutely be fuming. But my thoughts on Tel, good player, like him, physical profile, knows where the back of the net is, fits what Chelsea are looking to do in terms of age profile and whatnot, recruiting best young talent from around the world and all that jazz. But I think the chances of this happening are slim tonight. I think he only joined Bayern last summer. Let's have a quick look at Tel's stats. Let's see how he did last season. I think he joined from Rennes. I think he joined from French club Rennes. ridiculous academy, by the way. Ridiculous academy. Yeah, he joined from Rennes. Oh, no, 2022. He joined 2 years ago from Rennes. He scored 12 goals and provided 5 assists in 52 Bundesliga appearances. And he scored twice in 13 Champions League games. So he scored 14 goals last season in 65 appearances. But he did play about 70. He played about 1,700 minutes. He's yet to be capped by France. I don't think he's been capped by France. No, he's an under 21 French international. 2 goals in 4 appearances for them. So yeah, his goals to game ratio is not bad at all. You know, in his career to date, he's averaging at Bayern in the Bundesliga. He's averaging a goal every 118 minutes. So that's better than a 1 in 2 strike rate at the moment. He's averaging a goal every 118 minutes in the Bundesliga. So that's not bad. And I think, yeah, Tel's almost kind of one of those, what you describe as like a Swiss Army knife player. You know, he can do multiple different things. Yes, you know, centre forward is maybe his main position, although, you know, he can play wide on both sides and can play through the middle. So yeah, I think, you know, he's one of them versatile forwards. I do agree. I do agree that the era of the out and out striker is now I don't want to say it's completely gone, but the old school traditional number 9 is not really doing its thing anymore. They're a dying breed. It's more like these versatile players are now where it's at. You know, that's what people are looking for. Absolutely what people are looking for at the moment. So yeah, I think he'd tick a lot of what Chelsea are looking to do. But the chances of a move are very, very slim. Very, very slim, I would say. Just because he's got multiple years left on his contract. Bayern, I don't think are going to want to sell him. So I almost think that's a bit of a non-starter. It's just been an internal discussion from the reports that are out there, from the reports that I've read. It seems to be an internal. They've discussed Tel internally. There's definitely been no conversations club to club. I don't think there's been any conversations between player reps either. So yeah, that's where we are. That's where we are right now with proceedings on that one. Yeah, possibly. If reports, yeah, quite possibly the intention is there to get a quality striker, but I feel this was more of an opportunistic moment, I would say. Absolutely more of an opportunistic moment in my opinion. But only time will tell, guys. Only time will tell. And I think, you know, if we're going to sign a striker, like it's an important part of the squad, an important part of what we're looking to do moving forwards, then yeah, like it could be there, but I feel that it was more an opportunistic moment to try and inquire and get someone maybe on the cheap and like maybe below market value and try and get ourselves a good deal, take advantage of Newcastle's financial issues. Makes me think that Nkunku will play up top a lot this season. Potentially he could. I'm not sure if I would agree with that being the right thing to do, but yeah, we absolutely could have a situation where Nkunku does play up top a reasonable amount next season. I think that's very plausible. Guys, 169 in the building, 125 likes. Keep smashing that like button. Let's get this up to 130 likes. Come on, guys, 5 more likes to get it to 130 likes. That would be greatly appreciated. And please do keep subscribing to the channel as well. That would be really appreciated, guys. Keep smashing that like button. Keep subscribing to the channel. Appreciate all your support so far, guys. Please do keep helping me out. It is greatly appreciated. Anyway, that's the latest on Mathys Tel. Need an elite striker, but who knows? Who comes in might be an unknown signing again. Yeah, I think there's every chance it could be. And as I was saying before, you know, for me, I think Jonathan David, almost for what Chelsea are doing, seems to be too obvious. Almost, you know, I feel like that's too obvious for Chelsea to do that deal, which is why I almost feel like it won't happen. And I think it could be someone that, I mean, it could literally be anyone. It could literally be anyone. But yeah, my thoughts are it'll be Jonathan David, or it will be someone that's not really been widely linked with the club to date so far. Those would be my initial thoughts on proceedings, guys. Those would be my thoughts on proceedings. I hope so. I mean, he'll get an opportunity to impress in pre-season, and then we will we'll move from there. I wouldn't say like fully dead, but I think it's 90% done. As in, like, it's not going to happen because the talks have gone real cold. The interest has definitely cooled off. Chelsea have already done business with Villa with regards to Maatsen and Kellyman. If Duran was going to come, I would have thought it might have been as part of that deal, but obviously it's not. So let's see. Yeah, never heard of that person before. Thoughts on the Kellyman deal? Yeah, no, it is. You know, obviously it's another young player. It's got some promise. Obviously got potential, but yeah, I agree. It's not really adding up. That was a pure PSR transfer. You know, we got helped out. Villa got helped out. So yeah, let's wait and see what happens to him. He'll get a chance to impress, and then let's wait and see what the plan is for next season. Yeah, I like Tony as well, for sure. But again, can't see Chelsea moving for him. Doesn't seem to fit the mold of what the club are looking to do, which is really frustrating, guys. Really frustrating. But there we go. Yeah, absolutely. Watch it anyway. You'll see his talent. Fair enough. Any Kepa, Lukaku, Sarr news? No, nothing. Lukaku's got interest from Napoli and the Saudi Pro League, but nothing's been done yet. I suspect once Belgium are out of Euro 2024, which will probably be this afternoon because they're taking on France in the last 16. So I'd imagine they'll be sent packing. Then I think there will be some form of news, some form of news on that. Has the kit been released yet? No, it hasn't. But that is a good segue because there has been the clearest indication yet that the Chelsea of what the Chelsea home kit is going to be. Let me just find this now. JD Football obviously done a TikTok, and this is supposedly this is what's believed to be the Chelsea home kit for next season. There it is. TikTok from JD Football. Chelsea home kit for next season. Some weird kind of swirly pattern on it. I don't really know what I think of that, to be perfectly honest, but that's come out in the last sort of 15 minutes or so. JD Football have posted a TikTok, and that appears to be the Chelsea home kit for next season. yeah, I'm not sure about it, to be perfectly honest. I mean, as I will say with all these things, it doesn't look great in the pictures, but I think in person it will look better. I wasn't convinced when the first pictures of the home kit last season came out. I wasn't convinced it was all that either. But then when you see it in person, when you see obviously clearer pictures, when you see it on the players, it looks a lot better. So perhaps this could be the same case with that one. But I think on initial looks, it doesn't. It's not really doing it for me. It doesn't look great at all. If we're being perfectly honest, guys, it's looking bang average. I think that's the problem. It's absolutely looking bang average. But there we go, guys. There we go. It's looking bang average. But yeah, let's wait and see what it looks like on. Let's see what it looks like when there's some more official pictures come out, when it's in the shop and whatnot. But yeah, initial thoughts and initial glances, it doesn't look great. But again, it could well be this, because as I said, I wasn't that sold on last season's home kit, and it was probably our best one under Nike for sure. Yeah, I would say that the away kit and the third kit leaks look a lot better. The third kit, if it's to believe, away rumours white, yeah. If it's to be believed, what the third kit is, so I'll bet that's the best kit by far. I think it was the same as last season. The home kits and the away kits, the away kit and the third kit were much better than the home kit. That is the reality of the situation. So yeah, look, there it is, guys. That is in all likelihood what the home kit's going to be. It's not looking great, to be honest. But anyway, let's move away from that and move to a kit that has officially been launched. And that is the new training kit that was launched today. Chelsea and principal partner BingX have today started the next phase of their partnership with a leading cryptocurrency exchange, evolving from a sleeve partner into a training wear partner for the Blues. So BingX, who were the sleeve sponsor last season, are now the front of shirt sponsor for the training kits for the next 2 seasons. That is the new training kit there. It does look good, but I've seen it on a few people, and I've seen it in the Chelsea shop a number of times. I think they've gone a little bit too far with the blackout. You can hardly see any of the stuff actually on it. It doesn't look as good as I thought it would. But yeah, there we go. So yeah, that's the new training kit. It's all right, It's all right. I mean, certainly that right now, if that was a shirt, that's better than the proposed home kit. I'll be straight up with you guys right now. That is definitely better than the proposed home kit. No doubt about it. Last season's training kit was way better. Yeah, Trivago, the OGs, the real ones. It's a bit of a shame, but there we go. I think that's okay. I think that's all right. It's definitely not as good as the white gold and kind of darkish blue color, whatever it was, black that we had last season. I agree. This is okay. It's not awful, but it's not like, oh wow, that's really, really nice. I absolutely get that. Shambles all of them, mate. I'm telling you. Yeah, look. The third kit is definitely the best thing so far. So yeah. No, I've said it a few times. It's just, yeah, I'm pretty sure I've even said it today. I'm not sure. Maresca Ball will save us from our kit. Let's hope so. As long as we're playing good football, I don't care what we're wearing, to be perfectly honest. But yeah, they're not the shirts are definitely not what I was expecting anyway. I would agree that picture-wise, but this is a much better quality picture as well. So, once we see the players in it, once I see it in person, it could certainly look better, guys. I would agree on that front. It could absolutely look better. But let's see what else there is to go through, guys. Let's see if any news has come through in regards to any Chelsea transfers. Not too much at all. Let's see on that one. What else have we got? No, it doesn't appear to be anything right now. So yeah, guys, I'm gonna round this one out here. Big up to everyone that's tuned in. Love for the support as always. Big numbers on a Monday lunchtime. Appreciate it, guys. I think I'll be back tomorrow, same time, midday. If there's enough news. If not, I'll wait till later in the day. But yeah, should be back tomorrow midday, guys, for the live show as always. So make sure you tune in. Then got a couple of videos, 2 or 3 videos dropping this week as well. Exciting stuff lined up on that one in terms of scouting report on Aaron Anselmino, who's going to be the latest centre back to join Chelsea. Also got the Leicester view on Kiernan Dewsbury-Hall coming up, plus tactical video as well on its way about how Dewsbury-Hall might fit in at Chelsea. So those 3 uploads to come later on this week as well. So plenty coming across the channel. Make sure you stay tuned in. Big up to everyone for the support as always, guys. Smash that like button on the way out. Subscribe to the channel if you're new around here as well. Enjoy the rest of your day, guys. I'll catch you lot tomorrow. Let's see if we get any more major news today. We probably won't. But yeah, big love for the support as always, guys. Enjoy the rest of your day. Catch you lot tomorrow. Smash the like, subscribe, all that good stuff, and peace out.